Hey friends, it's Sirius Joy Alive, and it's Sunday, February 1st, 2026, and we are after a full moon in Leo, an abrupt full moon, and perhaps your heart has changed. We'll talk about it today. We have some readings, and we've got your emotional weather forecast in it. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified, so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Aloha! I'm Mary, and I'm inviting you to experience the mystical world of the tarot with me. As a tree-hugging dirt worshiper, a retired wildlife biologist, and a sprite of the forest, my readings take you into the realms of elemental creativity to unearth a deeper awareness for those big decisions that you have in life. The first 50 viewers to email me with the coupon code below and book a reading will receive 50% off that reading. Can't wait to see what the cards have in store for you. Mahalo nui loa.
At Hair Intelligence, we believe that every strand of hair has its own voice and needs. By combining ancient wisdom with modern biochemistry, we create pure, organic solutions that work in harmony with your hair's natural biology for optimal hair health naturally. By choosing simplicity, sustainability, and science-backed natural solutions, we help our clients transform their hair, whether it's repair, regrowth, or simply radiant, healthy manes they seek.
All of her products have completely changed my hair. I like to call it magic in a bottle. So if there's one thing that she knows, it's hair.
Before using Karen's products a few years ago, I struggled with various hair challenges, including alopecia, and now I've overcome them, and I've just fallen back in love with my hair.
Get your best hair with clean, organic products that are catered to your hair's unique health and longevity. Get 20% off your first purchase at Hair Intelligence by entering code SiriusJoy20 at checkout. Rediscover your hair's true potential.
If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified, so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Step Astrology is the key to unlocking your past, your purpose, and your heart. Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Sirius Joy Alive. It's great to be alive today. I am streaming live, actually, from Palm Springs, California, in our Sensei studio house here. Our studio house is so cool. And I've been out today. It's been a wonderful day. We had a full moon apex over the course of today at step 13 degrees Leo. And I have to say, if you felt like a little catty, a little meow meow, that was what it was. Energetically, it is a call for you to follow where you truly belong, to disconnect from where you do not belong, where your heart does not want to be, and to connect to where you do want to be. Now, this might have come across from a little spoof with a friend, or this might have been you realize you're not happy in your job. It could mean that you realize it's time for a change in life. I found that, I had these kind of moments happening before the full moon, actually, up to, it can happen up to 36 hours before, 36 hours after, depending on where people's consciousness is. If you're distracted from observing your life, then you may not catch it. But I had a friend in town, actually my first girlfriend ever, actually. Do shout out to Tamara. Like, she was here. I met her when I was 5 years old. She's a Taurus. She's born 3 days before me. It's crazy. But she came out, and it was a total mind blow because we felt like we had to talk to each other. And then it turns out it was like big full moon talk, like just because we know each other from past lives. And just kind of like, sometimes you have those soulmates that are just like, they just know you and they call you on your shit. But even then, like, we were both coming up with our full moon, intentions about how we're having a change of heart about the different things in life and how we think that things might happen. So you might have had the same thing. And I'm hoping that you did, because this is a very important time in our lives, friends. This is the time of your life. It makes me think of that one song. This is the time. I can't. I want to sing lyrics right now. Sometimes they go into lyrics in my head. So yeah, we're in some critical energy here. It's a really kind of a intense week, I have to say, because it begins with this full moon as we start today. And what happens is it sort of has a ripple effect. Like I said, it may take a day or two for it to really settle in, but you're going to find that your heart is not really happy with something in your daily life. Now, you may go, that's a predictive astrology. Yes, it is, because we usually get along with our daily life. We don't usually look at it in those terms. It could be that you're bored to death. I mean, if you're bored to death about something, then your heart's not involved. If you're distracted, your heart's not involved. If you are don't know what to do and don't know where to go, your heart's not involved. Oh, thanks for the new necklace. Yeah. I went out and got necklaces today, so we're going to have some stones. It's like, slowly all my ideas are filtering in, to what I want to do. But thank you on that. I'm wearing different necklaces now for different causes. So overall, we're at a point where with this Pluto and Aquarius on the other side at 3 degrees, 3 is I believe. So Pluto is saying, the energy of Pluto is saying, you've got to protect what you believe about yourself now. You may not throw yourself under the bus. So if you believe that you're here to discover a new element, or you're here to, teach the world something, or if you're here to say something, or if you're here to be someone in particular, then you have to protect that. Protecting it means you must make sure that your thoughts don't interfere, that other people don't interfere, that your plans don't change in regard to that, and that you hold that space. Well, today was a 13-degree full moon, so that 3 of believing in yourself, that belief in yourself now carries up to the 13 in the second decan, and that means that belief in yourself then carries out to a belief about life. So a belief about yourself carries out to a belief about life. And what's going to happen is we'll have one more net 4, which will be step 22 Aquarius, right, in 9 days or so. At that point, you'll realize you're heading for a new future. And so that ultimately is what Aquarius is about this month. This month's Aquarius is about changing your plans entirely, whether you realize you're going to or not. And it was funny because I was hanging out with my friend, and by the end of our visit, she was like, wow, my life has completely changed talking to you, because I was just able to affirm for her like what her heart really wanted. And that's what it comes down to. It's really just being honest about what your heart really wants, what your heart really, really wants from you and really wants from life. So I'm looking at my notes here for today. There's so much to talk about, but I want to talk about, this week, and kind of what this week is just a little bit. We're going to do your emotional weather forecast in the second act here. And we're talking about that as well. But overall, this whole month, by the way, is called Meeting My Ancient Future. And what we mean by that in Aquarius is that we believe that the future is quite ancient for most people. Well, for all people, really. I believe there's 2 classes of souls on the planet right now. There's a class of souls that were here from the very beginning of Earth. And those people incarnated during Lemuria times and during Atlantean times. And by the way, when I say they incarnated during Lemuria and Atlantis, and Lemuria and Atlantis, or Atlantean, I mean that you were on a prior star system, like Sirius or the Pleiades, or the Arcturians. You're in one of those star systems, and you came to Earth. You came into a body through soul, through heaven. You came down into Earth instead of coming down into your home planet. So everyone on Earth, every soul on Earth is not native to Earth. Earth is a new place we built since humans were built, since humans were created. Okay, not humans, but since the soul was created in the human form. And so there's two classes. So there's the people who came down in the ancient times, and then there are the souls that came over after the fall of Atlantis. And so the difference between these two generations is one generation is a leader pack generation, and one generation is a follow through pack generation. So in other words, the leader pack generation are the ones who were here in Atlantis. Those people, those souls, which I'm included, and many are, and you can tell in your chart. In fact, we'll probably do that in our first. We got some smart horoscopes coming out next week. I'm going to probably do that. Probably in your smart horoscopes, I'm going to tell you if you're from Atlantis or not. Oh my God, that's so cool. So I love how I think about stuff right on the air. I can tell in the chart, so I can have the software tell you if you're from Atlantis. But meeting my ancient future means that we're starting to open up to what we think is the future, but what it really is us picking up the story we left off from the ancient past. So if you were born and came to Atlantis and then incarnated through Atlantis or Lemuria, then you have the wound and the karma of the fall. So you were there during the fall of Atlantis. You're there during the fall of civilization. The people who are bad guys have got to now be on the other side of it. And the bad guys have got to now, be the ones that pay for the crime. And the good guys have got to, so to speak, be the ones that inherit the earth. So that I think is very much Gen X and the healer generation and a little bit of the baby boomers have that toll. Then I think the next generation pretty much is mostly starseeds that came after. And these are starseeds who came to a pilgrimage on the earth. They come to be on the earth and be a part of earth and co-create with earth. But when they got here, earth was a mess because of the fall. And so they got robbed of their opportunity to plant their ideas into the earth, which, by the way, is a galactic library for all the Milky Way. It's like the Milky Way's presidential library, basically, is what Earth is. All the chromosomes of the universe, all the stars, all the seeds of the plants, all the animals. Every animal. The reason why there's so many species here on Earth is because they're from all over the Milky Way. Apparently, it's like this is a damn zoo, is what this is, and more ways than one. So, anyways, you have this other generation who are the ones who will inherit after the ones who have lost the Earth, and they will continue with their plans, which they originally had. And those starseeds that came after Atlantis and Lemuria, those starseeds were here to bring other ideas and concepts and art to the big museum of Earth. Earth is a library museum. So basically, everybody was interrupted in their galactic plans to build this beautiful landmark called the Earth, where you can come and learn about the entire galaxies, all the entire Milky Way's history and see the DNA. And the most special thing, to see the human race, because the human race is actually composed of all 12 chromosomes from all 12 alien species in the Milky Way. So basically, humans are all 12, which are known as the 12 signs and 12 states of awareness and the basis of astrology. They're vibrations that make up life and consciousness. And so it's like, where are we going with this, Chris? Well, right now we're on our way back. This full moon was the crack that basically separates where we were headed and where we're now headed. We were headed to doomsday. We were headed to destruction of ourselves. Now, I don't think we're ever going to go there, because the thing is, you have this generation that remembers losing the earth, and we sure as hell aren't going to let you do it again. Okay? I don't care who you are out there plotting against the world, we'll get you. Okay? Like, you're not going to like that. Not this time. We're too awake and we're too aware and we're too smart. But so it wasn't going to happen. But, there was a small group of people on the earth who own a lot of the property, who have felt like they were going to hijack us and take us down a certain path, and they're way outnumbered. It's never going to happen. But it's okay. But what's now going to happen is this generation that's awake is now going to make sure that we restore Earth to her beautiful principles of what she's about, and we fulfill our legacy of bringing our gifts to this awesome library in the Milky Way. So there's that branch, and that today has happened today. If you today, your heart is turning away from something you don't love, it's really because you're turning away from a plot you never really intended to have. Your heart never really wanted that. It was consequential to your pain and your trauma. You'd made that choice because it's the best of the choices you had. And so you did probably choose what your heart wanted, but you didn't realize there's other colors, other flavors, other things you could do. And so, now as we start this week, we start with what I call the New World Order, KNEW, the New World Order. And that New World Order is simply that our world is going to be ordered according to something to what we once knew. We're going to go back to structure the future. So back to the future, basically the new world order. Yes, it's a world order we always knew. And I love how, by the way, NEW, there's no such thing as a new thing. If you believe in Christianity, if you believe in Christ consciousness was a creation, if you believe that we were created from an intelligence something, then there is nothing new. There can be nothing NEW. We always KNEW. It's already existed, always has existed. The idea of new is a facade that because you can't remember is what it is. So that brings us to that. So this week, we're calling this week the Heartbreak Revolution. The Heartbreak Revolution. The Heartbreak Revolution is based on the fact that a lot of people are going to be a little bit heartbroken this week. Man, I've already had one friend call me heartbroken who had a breakup. Yeah, and I feel bad for this person. So if he's watching, you know who I'm talking about. But man, hard heartbreak. Just not going to work out with the person that he loves. And the reason is because it's not meant to be in this new timeline. And so we're going to see a lot of this. We're going to see a lot of heartbreak this week. A lot of people saying goodbye to see people. But I got to tell you, there's no such thing as goodbye. You can't escape people. As soon as you go back, you wake up in heaven. It's really waking up. It's not that you die and go back. It's that you wake up in heaven. You're asleep and you wake up. When you wake up in heaven, when this dream's over, you'll see everyone right there. It's just all a dream. It's just all an illusion. But boy, it feels real when we're down here. And boy, it's really painful. And honestly, we need to start to be more aware of our afterlife so we don't go through so much grief, because we really should not. We don't have to go through this kind of grief, especially when you have amazing like Krista Marie Miller and Scott, who work with us at Sirius Joy. They're amazing mediums. You can dial your dead family right up. I mean, you really can't through mediums. You have to see for yourself. Scott Cruz, I will blank his last name. But the point is, this is going to be a heartbreak revolution, because what's going to happen is we're going to realize that our heart has been broken, our heart's been stepped on, our heart's been disappointed. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be a heartbreak, but even my heart's a little sad. It's like sort of the detour my life has taken a little bit and didn't mean to take. And so from that point of that heartbreak, we're saying, hey, that's it. I'm done. I'm making this whole thing over. I'm starting over from scratch. I'm going to re-evolve myself. Re-evolve. It's not revolution, it's re-evolve, right? I'm going to re-evolve myself. And the question today is, do you believe that life can be different? Do you? Do you believe it can be different? It comes down to, I have people in my family who's just like, this is the way it is. It's my mom. This is reality. You just got to open up and look at reality. Mom, reality is plastic. It's completely flexible. It's like, I believe it can be different. And that there's a fundamental belief that you have to have. If you're wondering why your life isn't changing, then ask yourself, do you believe life can be different? Do you? Because if you do, let's try it, right? I think we owe it to ourselves to try a new life, because if you haven't been happy the last, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, shit, might as well try something new, right? Might as well try something fresh. I think it's time we open our minds up to that possibility. So it's going to be a heartbreak revolution. And what's going to happen this week is, in a nutshell, the soul horoscopes and your emotional weather forecast will be that show that follows this one, by the way. So stay streaming for that. I have 12 horoscopes. It gets really deep about what's happening for each of the 12 signs. And I'm not going to spoil it here, but I do get really deep and specific. So this show will not replace that show, but it will do some hints and teases. I'll give you the 5-day emotional forecast also, as well, as we go into this. But over the course of this week, remember, you want to purchase a reading, this is the time to do it, folks. I'm telling you, I'm a little surprised that people haven't bought more. And it's not even about the money, because we're not making very much money. We're currently losing. But the point is that you won't get this opportunity very long. Just gotta tell you, and it's, and maybe you want privacy and you don't want not the world to know what your problems are, but you can come in anonymous. You don't have to give us your name. You can just tell us, Mr. Black, whatever. And we'll give you the answer. My spirit guides told me, hey, we had to do this for a while. We had to just sell readings to the general public, because Spirit said there's people we want to send to you and have you answer the question. All right, so I'll do it. So come on. If you're feeling that little egg, come on down. It's a SiriusJoy.shop to buy yourself a question, and there's a variety of things you can choose, and we're here to help you. I'll answer right here on the air, and I'll do a damn good job. I'll tell you that right now. I'll do a damn good job. Speaking of good job, y'all, have you been to Sirius Joy, by the way? I'm going to start putting out some samples of Sirius Joy, our personal sensei service. But my Pep Talks, man, are just killing it. Okay. They've just gone up a whole notch as far as I'm adding music now. The artist in me has come back. I mean, it kind of went to sleep for a while. I don't know why. It was because I was dealing with trauma. You kind of shut down creatively when you're dealing with trauma. But now I'm back, man. And the pep talks are amazing. And they're just, it's a moving 20, 25 minute pep talk in the morning with music and all sorts of, examples and stuff. We're also live on the weekend with the great Gwen English. She's amazing. People were loving her pep talks this weekend, by the way. Good job, Gwen. Everyone loved them. These are like little 20-minute sermons you get every day that pep you into the day. And people tell us this is the number one thing about the service they love. Because every morning you just create this ritual, and every morning I'm reminding you, like, hey, this, don't forget this, don't forget this, just be mindful of this. And so between this show and that show, in the morning, we got you covered. You go to bed, you watch this show, and then you say your sleep intentions to go to bed. You watch, you listen in the morning on the pep talks, and we set you up for the day. So that's what Sirius Joy is about. It's about being with you the whole way. And boy, so right now, you might want to sign up now. In fact, there's going to be some heavy, heavy times coming up, folks. It's starting. Really now, this full moon's the beginning of it. From this point on, things start falling apart. First, partnerships, relationships. I'm not saying the world's going to fall apart. I'm saying pretty much a lot of things we built in the world will fall apart. But anything that falls apart, you'll be like, I'm not surprised. You won't be surprised it fell apart. It was on its last leg. Anyways, you'll see that anything that falls apart was on its last leg. But still, nonetheless, it's hard because humans want things to stay the same, to feel secure. And so if you want something to stay the same, come to Sirius Joy. We'll be the same every day. We'll be the same loving, helpful force for you every day. We'll be texting you 7 times a day with messages about you. You'll be hearing your own personal story. There is no service like Sirius Joy on the planet. Not one astrology service does what we do, which is to be with you and spiritually life coach with you. And gosh, I wouldn't want to do it alone. That's why I built the service. Not to mention, it's not just me. We have practitioners who are amazing. We're really doing a great job. And we've got more coming out, by the way, much more, including, this is the thing I was going to tell you. Now I'll move on to some readings. We have a new feature coming out on Sirius Joy. It looks like, I'm not exactly sure when. It's going to be within the next 10 days or so, but it is basically smart soul horoscope. So right now, when you watch your soul horoscope on YouTube, right, you watch it, I tell you, here's for Aries and here's what's going on with Aries. In the future, if you watch that same free horoscope on the mothership, which is SiriusJoy.com, it'll be sitting there on the mothership. If you register to be just a registered free member of our site, you give us your date of birth information. When you do, we'll run your chart. And so every week when you watch soul horoscopes, I'll have extra information at the bottom written out for you that talks about how it's different for you. So we're going to have personalized television horoscopes coming live in the next 14 days. Can you believe that? There's no one else doing that either. Like, amazing. And it'll be there every week for you. Now, why are we doing that? We're leaving YouTube, y'all. We're leaving the social media. We're not going to leave, but we're not doing anything cool. We can't do cool stuff because they're holding us back. They don't let us email them. They don't let us tell you when we're live. They just want to hold all of our customers and our clients and captive and hold us captive too. And it's like not cool. The alphabet soup is gone sour. So we're encouraging you. So I'll be telling you when it's time to register, and be prepared. Come register. It's free to register. Okay. I'm not going to charge for you to come down and watch it on my site. But I do want your date of birth information so I can be a better service to you. Because if I know your date of birth and your time of birth and stuff, oh my God, the stuff I can tell you, it's so cool. I mean, no other astrologer can do this. No other app is doing this. No other app. I mean, we are way advanced. I know Sirius Joy looks maybe like the small one on the team, but we're one of those, how do I put this? We just never underestimate us. We've got more under the hood than you could ever imagine. It's just we were waiting for the right time, and this is it. This is the right time to push the innovation and see what's possible. So smart soul horoscopes coming up next 14 days or so. All right. So what do we got next here, buddy? I'm talking to my director who's not on camera. Wow, it's a good time, guys. Let's see. I think we should go to our first segment. Maybe do some clips, soul horoscopes. Yeah, so let's do a commercial block. We'll come right back. When we come back, we're going to do some readings. Let me just get some water. Well, this is where this is where the year begins to get exciting, friends. This is where it starts to really heat up, and it's going to continue to heat up through the end of the year. It's with this week with step 13. We open the week with a 13-degree full moon in Leo. Now, 13 on its own is kind of spicy. It is a grandmaster step of Aquarius. That means that potentially we could see something we've never seen before. You can push the envelope when you have a step 13 net 4 in Aquarius, or any net 4 in Aquarius. And every grandmaster step through the whole zodiac has special powers, but this one has powers that have been dormant or asleep. In other words, we are awakening to some of our powers. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a crack that opens up a treasure in someone's heart or in their aura. Put simply, this is a time where if you follow what your heart believes, you can have miracles happen, honestly. And if you don't have what your heart believes is true, you might create a miracle just to show or demonstrate to yourself that something needs to change radically now. So as we go through the week, we start off on this 13 volatile degree, and we level up or we break down. You'll either break down minorly because you'll realize something you thought was going to happen will not, or you break through incredibly where something just out of this world arrives and you can't help but say, yes, I belong there. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sirius Joy Alive. It was going to be Sirius Joy Live. And then I realized, you know what? It's alive. It's alive, damn it. It's not just live. We have, by the way, that commercial, 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma, we're going to go for sale. That's going to go on sale in the next 24 hours, okay? Not on sale. It's going to be available for purchase. This is a 40-day program that we did that I channeled with my colleagues where I have aligned basically a series of questions to you for 40 straight days. It's a journal exercise for 40 straight days, but it's based on your natal chart. So we show you how to run a chart. We show you what to look at the planet. We have what we call ciphers that help you decode the planet and the step number. And then you answer these questions for 40 days. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to know your past lives. I'm not kidding you. We have so much positive feedback from this. This is a brilliant channeled, angelic channeled system, honestly. It basically interviews you about your childhood for the first 10 or 11 days, because your childhood is riddled with your past life information. You may not know that. Everything in your childhood is destined. Everything in your childhood is a symbol of the whole life you lived, okay? Every little moment. So when you skin your knee or you break your arm, that was a whole time, another lifetime where you had broken your arm and something else had happened. So we re-implant the memories of our past lives in our childhood. Our childhood is completely destined. We have no control over its fate. And little do parents know, they are actually completely hijacked by the children. Whenever a parent asks me, hey, are we going to move? Should we do this? Should we do that? I go, let's look at the kids' charts. Why the kids' charts? They're not in charge. Oh, yes, they are. Because their past lives have to be recreated. And as long as you plan to raise those kids, you are going to be victim to that. I look back at my childhood. I'm like, my father got nothing from living. We moved to like 3 or 4 different places. My father was a nuclear protection engineer. He protected nuclear reactors, believe it or not, because he was in Atlantis and he was part of the break. He was part of it coming down. So he had the karma. And so we moved around the country. And I sort of I met some of the most amazing people as friends who are still friends today, like my friend who just talked about early in the show. And my father told me, he's like, I hated that place. I hated that place. They got nothing. My parents got nothing out of those places. It was all for the kids. It's for me. A lot of times for me to meet the important people in my past lives. So past lives and karma is the most amazing past life thing you will ever do. Yes, you can get a past life regression. It's not like this. This is a thorough understanding of your past lives and the wounds that you have made from your past lives. I've gotten only positive testimonials. Never once a complaint about this program. Never once a complaint. All of our 40-day programs, I don't get any complaints whatsoever. People are blown away. It's sometimes a lot of work because you got to sit there and think about yourself for 40 straight days. But it's brilliant because we've designed it to where on the first day, step 0, we look at your boundary issues in past lives. Step 1, self-love issues in past lives. Step 2. So we literally use the energy of the day on the earth. to incite the program. Genius, okay, and effective and powerful. I'm not sure how many people have graduated this, but I had more people come up to me in Unite the Light 2 than anything else and say, past lives, and 40 years of past life and karma blew me away. Like they said, I never knew anything about my past lives, but when I finish this, I feel like I get crystal clear, at least with the ones that are important. And so it's interesting. And, I got to tell you, I was not a believer of past lives when I started. In fact, my past life memories didn't open up until about age 43. So, if you don't have any memories, don't feel bad. At least I don't know, I was a different generation, but you know what? 2012 didn't happen until I was 42, I think. So it, it could have been 2012, but I even been in my 40s. It might have been just when the earth was offering it. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out and see. So anyways, we'll be telling you tomorrow on how to sign up for that. It's a great affordable price. You just have to buy a journal. And by the way, you have a community. You hang out with people. We talk. We have there's nothing. The most important thing about Sirius Joy is the people you will meet. Okay. There's more people that are so cool like you. You still don't understand. You've got your twins at Sirius Joy. You got your family at Sirius Joy. We're all here. And I know just if you get a slight little tingle, then do it. And as far as Sirius Joy is concerned, you really should sign up for that too, because I don't know how people are going to get through this next period without someone encouraging them every day. And we're going to do it for less than 67. We're like 70 cents a day. 70 cents a day. How much you spend on a Starbucks every day? $6, $7, $8, or 70 cents? That's it. Seriously. All right. I'll stop my ramble. All right. So our first question, shall we? Purchase live or yes, purchase your readings at SiriusJoy.shop. Buy a reading, and I will be happy to channel here for you. I'm actually going to a little bit of a second state here. I think we're putting our first reading, which I think is from, look at that talk today. It's that full moon. Adrian. Okay. Let me see here. I got to put down. Okay. This is Adrian, 13 Gemini. Oh my God. So we got step 13 Gemini sun on a step 13 day of a full moon. That's interesting. 2 Gemini ascendant. Wow. Okay. 14-degree Taurus moon, step 14 Taurus moon. So I'll just say that's a grand, let's see. So 13 Gemini sun is a Uranus ruled Gemini sun. So that means that you're a multidimensional thinker. You think in multiple dimensions at once. So you have the, for instance, you have the capacity to like think for your children, your husband, and your dog at the same time, like simultaneous, like it's like quantum computing. 2-degree, step 2 Gemini ascendant. So you're really a chatty, a mentally ruled ascendant, mentally ruled personality, but feelings are very important, and your feelings themselves are very opinionated. So that's kind of interesting. So your ascendant is very emotionally opinionated, and your emotions are very intellectually opinionated. Interesting. The question is, I feel like my life is about to change dramatically. Did you watch the first half of the show? I've been feeling stuck for the last year or so. When will I experience a significant breakthrough? Okay, first I just got to step back, Adrian, and just be like, take credit. Have I not been saying this for the last 9 months? I mean, honestly, it's not that I don't feel like I can get credit from y'all, but I just want to say, like, this is what I mean, right? Our life is over. We're in what I call lifetime 2. We're going into lifetime 2. It's an entire new lifetime in one lifetime. That's what I really feel. So when will I experience a significant breakthrough? Significant. You'll experience a significant breakthrough tonight. No, I'm not kidding. That full moon is going to do it. And you know what's going to be for you, Missy? For that 2-degree Gemini moon, ascendant, that means that the full moon is at the 15th degree of your, actually, it would be the, let's see, it'd be actually -2, so 15 minus 2 would be, right. So basically, the moon's going to be at the 11th degree, that's what it is, 11th degree of the 3rd house. What that means is basically this full moon is going to shift the way your mind starts thinking. So your mind's going to want another dimension. So what's going to happen? Geminis and Gemini risings, this full moon is going to make your mind shift to another direction. Okay. Your mind has been processing whatever it's been processing. And Geminis repeat a lot of stuff. So they get bored with their thoughts. And so what's going to happen is you're going to realize that your heart believes something else than your mind's telling you. Your heart believes something different. And because your heart believes something different, you're going to realize that your mind is like going off on some sort of programming that your heart doesn't necessarily agree with. You literally say, you disagree with your own mind. And by the way, that's good that you disagree with your own mind, because the mind is dumb. The mind is dumb. Your intelligence is your heart. Your heart has all your intelligence. The mind just takes notes and passes notes in class. That's all the mind does. So significant breakthrough. Well, I suspect, let's see. Gemini rising. Okay. Cancer, Leo. So, I feel first of all, so this is psychic and astrological. You say significant breakthrough. early May for you, because you're going to have a breakthrough in opportunity of finances. So there's going to be a financial business shift that's going to happen. That's going to open up the world for you and just make you think much bigger than you have. It's going to be, have much bigger thinking. And you're going to realize you had a lot of small thinking because of money. Money is keeping you kind of small thinking. So yeah, that's my prediction. And Adrian, do us a favor, come back, tell us in the comments, tell us in May if it happened, okay? Actually, I know it will, but just let us know how it happened and what it was. That'd be cool. All right, next one, Jessica. Step 21 is going to start to get fun. Scorpio sun. Hey, by the way, Jessica, you are Gwen English's twin. Gwen English is step 21 Scorpio sun. My brother Mike is a step 21 Scorpio sun. I'm extreme expert. My friend Jeremy in high school is step 21. My caretaker was 21. It's like, oh my God, I cannot tell you how many 21 Scorpios I've been in my life. Amazing. And my attorney's at 22. So it's like, 21 sun, 24 degrees Pisces ascendant. Okay, step 24 Pisces ascendant. Okay. Step 19 Cancer moon. Wow. Look at how watery you are. You're all three water signs. Whoa. And do they trine? Whoa. It's a grand trine between the three. Whoa. You're emotionally powerful. All right. So what might happen for me in April for my sun sign? Okay, Scorpio, especially in love. Well, in April. So April will be the end of Aries, the beginning of Taurus. And so you do have the possibility of, in the end of April, when we go into Taurus, you'll be start working on your mirage, which is your relationship to yourself. And, Scorpios are all here to actually go to another level with relationships. And the thing about Scorpios is because you rule boundaries, you don't change gradually like a Taurus. Taurus like slow, steady, slow, steady. Scorpio's like boom, boom, transformation, done. Like Scorpio rips off the Band-Aid and they're done. They just do one day off in Mexico and they get 5 surgeries and they come back different. Like this, they do all at once. And so Scorpios wait till that last minute, and then there's a huge transformation and you don't recognize them when they're back. And they go from literally, Scorpion to Eagle, right? They have an evolution in their story, evolution in their chart, and ascension. So in essence, you have this ascension going on, right, in your chart. And it starts with how you treat yourself. So you're considering about love, right? I want to know from you, Jessica, how have you changed your loving yourself? Because if you've changed radically loving yourself, if you change your relationship to yourself, if you're treating yourself like a whole new caliber of person, then you will have some change coming in, not really April, come in May. But I actually suspect it's going to wait still for you for a while. I think it's going to wait still past May. I feel like, what's your rising again? Pisces rising. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the fall. So when the sun hits your 7th natal chart, I think in Virgo, that's when the relationship change will come. So I predict the fall. You'll certainly be excited by May, but it will take till the fall to come together. That's my thought. Wait, 1 minute left. Wait, 1 minute left? You can't read this. All right. With this, do I have 1 minute with Jessica? No. Talk to me. Goose, talk to me, Goose. Okay. Is there a second one? Okay, no. Sarah, 20 degrees. Okay, Sarah. Sarah is a 20 degrees sun. Is that correct? I have 8 degrees on one thing and I have 20 on the other. I'm going to double check this, guys. I'm getting different things on the screen than I am on the pages. Aha. Director is changing the script. Okay, Sarah's a step 20 Gemini sun. That's a master Gemini. Get some Gemini energy here today. Okay, so that's a very passionate Gemini. 3 degrees Sagittarius sun, a 3 degrees Sag ascendant. So step 3 Sag ascendant. Here to believe in yourself and nothing else. And step 24 Cancer moon. Wow. How many times have we had step 24s come up, guys? The last 2 days. It's been just insane, the numbers of 24s. We should keep a count. We should keep a count how many. We should have certain step counts. We should be seeing how many come. That'd be something fun to do. And the question is, I'm going back to college to finish my degree. Why? What style of learning suits me best? Okay, I got to stop you right here. Sarah, there's nothing else to learn. You know why? Let me tell you something, okay? First of all, you're a master Gemini. That means you're here to create original thought. You're not here to follow what someone's thought who's been dead already, okay? Secondly, the schools are way outdated. The world's about to change completely. You're going to need a degree in something that doesn't exist anymore, honestly. I mean, let me just think about this. Sag rising, that means we have... I just want to Sag rising, so gosh, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. I know why you're thinking that you're going to go back to school. You say you want to finish your degree now. I know your heart wants to, but I don't know. I think you should get a reading. For this one. I think you should get a more involved reading. Honestly, I don't like this. It doesn't feel right. I feel like you underestimate your knowledge now, and you feel like you have to go have someone tell you that you're smart, and you don't. The 3 degree ascendant says right there, Your ego must always believe in yourself, always. Okay, you have to always believe in yourself. Always. You have no choice. But you see that 20 and the 20 Gemini Sun? That 0 and the 20 is a gaping hole that makes you feel vulnerable and incomplete. So if you don't take the time and space to always protect your feelings, you're going to feel empty. You're going to feel empty, like you're lacking knowledge, like you're lacking, like something's missing, okay? Nothing is missing. What's missing is you have not told yourself you were complete. That's what's missing. You never said, I'm done. So if you're doing this because, you want to finish your degree, you didn't tell us what your major is, but do you need to finish your degree for your major? Because right now the school systems are a mess, man. They're expensive. They've got all sorts of twisted, what's the word? Politics have twisted itself into it. Like it's supposed to be. When you went to college, it's supposed to be both sides of both ways of thinking. Now it's one side, but one university, one side with another university. It's. I don't know. I told my son, don't go, honey. Like go anything AI. Just do that. You'll be a millionaire. But what kind of learning would suit you best? Okay, I'll answer your question. Not because I'm not trying to be cruel. I just think this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. Let's see. It's okay. You're saying what kind of style of learning suits you best? No, you actually need the style of learning that doesn't suit you. Okay, because you're missing stuff, right? So you are very intellectual. You're an intellectual learner. That means that you are probably a visual learner with that Sagittarius degree rising. You observe. But here's what you don't have: experiential learning. I don't think you have enough experiential learning. How many internships did you do? In fact, if you've done internships, you probably wouldn't be going back to college. You probably realize, oh my God, I can do this on my own. I don't need a degree. Okay. Now, if you're going to a profession like nuclear science or something, fine, you have to get the degree, right? But I pretty much feel like I think experiential is what you're missing. So you need something that's hands-on, on your feet, trying things off. Okay. Great. So we're going to wrap here this little thing. Go to commercial. When we come back, we're going to have your emotional weather forecast live with yours truly. Hey, folks, we're going to do our emotional forecast here, but I am moving around from my notes. Here we go. So we are, I don't know if you've been watching Sirius Joy. Maybe we look like a mess to you because we kind of are right now. But we're not a mess. We're a calculated mess. What we're doing is we're figuring out like where things suit themselves. We're low budget, man. I mean, we don't, people honestly don't subscribe enough to us. And God, our hearts are in it anyways. We're going to do it anyways. And we're going to starve and do it. But so we have a low budget, which means we don't have the time to test stuff before we do it. We got to test it live on the air. We got to test things live on the air. People are like, you're late all the time. We're testing stuff on the air. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, then please buy a subscription to something. Please buy something. Okay. So really, if you're not buying something, really, the only ones who have the right to complain are people buy. Honestly. And that's not me being, look, I'm not being a capitalist. I mean, I've been on the air for 20 years on YouTube for free. 20 years. Mark, anyone who's done that same thing, show me. I give plenty away. Trust me, I give too much away. So that said, I'm being honest today. It's a full moon of Leo. I got a Leo rising, bitches. I'm like, I'm owning my power now. I'm done. I am done. As was a judge. What's her name? Her judge. I can't remember her judge. It was a judge. One of the judge shows. She'd say, stick a fork in me. Like, stick a fork in me. I'm done. She's awesome, that woman. All right. So we do the emotional forecast, and I'm going to give you the week in advance. And let's just kind of roll with it because this will be actually cut up and put out on the internet so that people can see this every day. All right. So here we go. All right. This Sirius Joy Human Emotional Forecast. Okay, we'll do it again. This Sirius Joy Human Emotional Forecast is for the step 2 on February. No, let's do it one time. See if we can do live here. Your Sirius Joy Emotional Forecast is brought to you by SiriusJoy.com. And this week we were covering from February 2nd to February 8th. Okay, February 2nd to 8th. That's not live. That's 6 days. That's wrong. Guys, we had to put this stuff right, man. This is not right. So funny. Hold on. 2nd to the, it is to the 8th. Oh my God. Yeah, 6 days. That makes sense. All right, we'll do it one more time from the top. Hello, friends. Your Sirius Joy Emotional Forecast is brought to you by SiriusJoy.com. Come join and be a part of the family. This forecast will cover from February 2nd to February 8th, 2026, and we're moving from step 13 Aquarius to step 19 Aquarius. And overall, it's going to be a very tumultuous week because the week begins with a full moon in Leo at step 13, happening really on Sunday afternoon. That full moon is inspiring you to follow what your heart believes and not what you've been told to do or raised to do or, pushed or pressured to do. Instead, following your heart, following what your heart really wants. That's what it's really about. And so as we go through the week here, we're going to go through the steps and talk about how things shift from day to day. And we'll start with, of course, on Monday. On Monday, it's sunny and twisting. It's actually step 13, still ruling on Monday morning. Step 13 is a net 4, which means Uranus rules the day. Expect the unexpected. We're predicting many breakups and breakdowns and people being fired and people giving up. Lots of breakups because the heart is no longer in it to win it, and so the heart is stepping away. Mercury in Aquarius will sextile Chiron and Aries at step 23, which means that our mind will find a new big picture, a new vision during the day, a new way of seeing our future and seeing what is possible. So it's going to be a great day. You are going to belong that day feeling wholehearted. And your I am conscious statement is, I am courageously stepping into my self-love revolution. And that's what it is. This is a self-love revolution because you love yourself. You've got to do what's best for yourself. And boy, on Monday, you are feeling that shit. All right. On Tuesday, it's sunny and pensive. This is going to be a step 14 day, making Mercury rule the day. Mercury is the ruling state of awareness. Our mind is the ruling state of awareness. Our mind sort of just wrap itself around the big concept of, well, if that's not right for me, if I'm not meant to be in this marriage, I'm not meant to be in this situation, well, then where do I belong? Where does my heart belong? Step 1 plus step 4. And that's why I will now think. Now, here's the thing. Uranus goes direct. That's right. Uranus clicks into gear, which means electricity moves forward at 9:33 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. So I would say Wednesday is going to be shebang, kind of weird. But when Uranus is direct, that means, all right, we've got all the information. We're giving you all the chances you can. This is it. We've told you as many times as we can, buddy. It's time to move on. If you don't get the memo, you might get run over. Step aside for the people who know. The moon will be in Virgo, so you're going to be feeling everything. It's going to be a hyper reality of emotions. Just, try not to get too caught up in the details because, guys, whatever you're feeling about your life you don't like, don't worry. It's going to change. I promise you that. The I belong statement is, I belong readjusting to my life. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the I am statement for this day is reorganizing around the new frequency. So I am reorganizing my life around the new frequency. Yeah, I wonder what that is. What's going to frequently happen in the new life? We'll find out. All right, moving on. On Wednesday, it's partly cloudy and assessing. That's because we have step 15 ruling the day. This is a day where we're going to be mindful of our heart. It's a creative, resting, and receiving day on hump day. You're opening your heart and you're trying to accept and receive what is possible in your future. Well, if I'm not going to be married, I'm not going to be this, what can I accept? What can I do? What will be the thing I do? The moon will move from Virgo into Libra during the day. So it's going to be very hyper-aware and hypercritical to maybe self-critical, maybe self-aware, hyper-aware of ourselves, maybe hyper-conscious of ourselves. And Venus in Aquarius will sextile Chiron and Aries at step 23, which means that you're going to open up and you're now going to accept this new vision. So remember, just 2 days prior, on Monday, we saw a new vision. On Wednesday, you accept it. And so it is. You sign that contract and go, this is going to be what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a cloudy day on this day on Wednesday. I think you're going to do a lot of processing. No thought is absurd. No thought is absurd. Leave every thought on the table. Never say never, especially in a time like this. All right. On Wednesday, also, our I belong statements are, I belong accepting everything. All right. And the I belong affirmation is, I belong shifting my perspective to align with my new frequency, which we've said already. I will say it again. On Thursday, it's let's do one time. On Thursday, it showers with a chance of storms. That's because we have some breakthrough. Step 16 is going to reveal net 7, our spiritual karma, our spiritual consequence. So Thursday, you're going to see the spiritual truth, undeniable. For those who are having a hard time looking at the truth, you might have some wicked dreams that show you the truth and show you what's really going on. This is also a time where Mercury and Aquarius will actually square Uranus in Taurus. So the mind's going to get a bit of an argument about what to do next. Now, remember, Uranus went direct on Tuesday. That means that we're now going innovative forward. And so somewhere along the lines there on Thursday, Mercury right early in the morning is going to get into a fight with Uranus. And guess who's going to win? Uranus. That's right. Mercury's just a little peon. The mind is very stupid. It's programmed every day by television and everything else. Now, also on Thursday, we have the I am statement is, I belong in divine flow. That's where you belong. You belong in divine flow. Just go with the flow. It's okay. And the affirmation is, open to my heart. I am opening to my heart and channeling my divine frequency. I am opening to my heart and I am channeling my divine frequency. Do so, and you'll find yourself in a good place. All right. Then on Friday is going to be sunny and balancing. On this day, we have step 17, Aquarius. 17 rules, that's to an 8. So it's an I decide or Saturn rule day. This day, you'll be making decisions and commitments to where you see your frequency going in the future. So where do things go? Well, interestingly enough, Mercury moves into Pisces. So there goes your mind. It gets kind of cloudy and dips into the subconscious. Things will get kind of slurry, kind of clouded, on that Friday. Basically, your I belong statement is I belong dedicated to my future. And your affirmation is I am devoted to my soul's frequency. That's right. We call that the rhythm of ascension. Your soul has its own unique frequency. And basically on Friday, you're committing like, hey, I'm committing to, I know I'm a freak in the sheets. I know I'm a freak here. I'm a freak. I love it. I'm committed to it. You're going to commit to your freakness on Friday. Freaky Friday. One other way of looking at it. All right. Then look at our weekend forecast. Over the weekend, what's going to happen is we're going to go from 18 and 19 as a 2-step. So this weekend, you will basically charge forward. You have processed all week what frequency belongs, what frequency doesn't, what you want to do frequently, what you no longer want to do frequently. And then from that, you decide, and you decide on Friday, and then you act on Saturday. Let's drill down. On Saturday, it's sunny and connecting. That means that we are moving forward and we are pushing the story forward. And what you're connecting to really is your vibe. So it's kind of like, it's like you spend the whole week looking for the right record. And then on Friday and Saturday, you just like jam that thing. You make that the whole concert, right? So you're going to really just play and blast that song, that frequency, celebrate that frequency on Saturday. The I belong statement is I belong initiating on this day. I belong initiating. I belong making things happen. I belong starting things, okay? And that's what you are. You have to start the things. You have to start the ball rolling. Don't wait for the universe to start the ball for you. You have to be the one to start the ball, okay? If you don't, it won't. That's the way it works. It's new age. Everyone does their own thing. The affirmation of the day is I am acting for change by responding wholeheartedly. Now, we will teach you at Sirius Joy what wholeheartedly means, by the way. There's a way to respond. And that response changes your life. That's going to be on Saturday. And then on Sunday, it is partly cloudy and a little wobbly. Step 19 is the ruling step number, which means net 10 is the ruling state of awareness, the I materialize state of awareness. So on Sunday, we're letting this whole new vision of our life to materialize, to come into solid form, to sort of gel into a solid, grounded, energy. We have a very interesting thing. We have Venus in Aquarius square Uranus at Taurus at 27 degrees. So now Venus goes and squares up with Uranus after Mercury just did. That means after arguing with Uranus 2 days earlier, now Venus, the divine feminine, argues with Uranus. Guess who wins that one? Venus. Venus wins. Why? Well, because Venus actually can actually suck in all of it. Venus is 6. That's why. She's very 60. She can absorb a 4 very easily. But honestly, she's about absorbing anyway. She's divine feminine. So ultimately, what you open up to is going to win. Okay, because Aquarius doesn't really do that. So Venus will get it just like totally open up and steal the customer, so to speak. Our affirmation, our root intention is I belong actualizing. So you've got to actualize your life. You got to actualize that frequency. You got to actualize it. And you want to do it on Sunday. And the affirmation of the day is I am prioritizing changing my values for the future. I'm going to make a priority changing my values for the future. I used to value this in my old life. In the new life, in lifetime 2, I value this. In that lifetime, I value this. And next lifetime, I value that. By the way, these little experiments where I say, hey, come up with what you do before, what you do after. Again, all part of the Sirius Joy service. We help you with all these things every day. And we hate you. So if you just show up and listen to our pep talks, you're going to grow, period. But that wraps up, I think, our Sunday and our weekend, our weekly emotional forecast. Let's take a little break. When we come back, we got 3 more questions and 3 more readings. We'll be right back. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified, so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy Nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Aloha! I'm Mary, and I'm inviting you to experience the mystical world of the tarot with me. As a tree-hugging dirt worshiper, a retired wildlife biologist, and a sprite of the forest, My readings take you into the realms of elemental creativity to unearth a deeper awareness for those big decisions that you have in life. The first 50 viewers to email me with the coupon code below and book a reading will receive 50% off that reading. I can't wait to see what the cards have in store for you. Mahalo nui loa.
At Hair Intelligence, we believe that every strand of hair has its own voice and needs. By combining ancient wisdom with modern biochemistry, we create pure, organic solutions that work in harmony with your hair's natural biology for optimal hair health naturally. By choosing simplicity, sustainability, and science-backed natural solutions, we help our clients transform their hair, whether it's repair, regrowth, or simply radiant, healthy manes they seek.
All of her products have completely changed my hair. I like to call it magic in a bottle. If there's one thing that she knows, it's hair.
Before using Karen's products, a few years ago, I struggled with various hair challenges, including alopecia, and now I've overcome them, and I've just fallen back in love with my hair.
Get your best hair with clean, organic products that are catered to your hair's unique health and longevity. Get 20% off your first purchase at Hair Intelligence by entering code SiriusJoy20 at checkout. Rediscover your hair's true potential.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sirius Joy. Alive. We're so alive. Here in the desert here, this pretty desert scene behind me. In Palm Springs, California, where Sensei Studio Home is located. I love it out here. I got to tell you, I just love it. And we're going to do 3 more readings today. We got 3 more readings that we have sold. That's just great. And helping out people and our citizens. If you want to buy a reading, by the way, don't forget SiriusJoy.shop. SiriusJoy.shop. We'll have some other things to buy there in the future. But right now, we're just kind of getting things together for this new wave of opportunities known as the Second Lifetime. SiriusJoy.shop. Go pick one out for you. Good gift item. You know, some, hey, you know what? Actually, well, no, I won't do that. But, anyone who suffers or goes through a breakup or something, buy him a little reading on TV. That'd be so sweet. It's like $35. That's it. And I'll do my best. I mean, you just tell me. I mean, I'll be like, I'll work it for them. You just get them. And if you actually can't, get them to watch it, you can buy a recording of it. Do that. Okay. Cool stuff. Just saying. All right, let's get to our 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th question. Let's go. All right. Natasha, hello. Step 18, Cancer Sun. That's my mom. So got some mommy issues coming up right now. Just kidding. 13 degrees, Sagittarius Ascendant. Wow, look at you, 13 degrees. You know, the full moon today trined your ascendant. So you might be rocking it today. Something might be going some shifty stuff going on in your life right now. And a step 5 Gemini moon. It's a Grandmaster Gemini moon. That means that your mind has clear communication to your feelings, like impeccable. What's the word for it? Now I can't communicate very well, but immaculate communication is what I was looking for. Immaculate communication between your mind and your feelings. How do my planetary placements? Impeccable. Thank you so much, buddy. There's another director out there we know. How do my planetary placements influence my relationships with health and career? Well, I can only speak to these planetary placements because we don't have all of them here on this one, so we'll get better at that. Relationships, health, and career. Well, this is a tough one. We actually need a full chart for this, guys. I cannot answer this question. Let's see. Influence my relationships, health, and career. Yeah, can we get Natasha's chart and go to the next question and come back to Natasha? Well, let's go ahead and upgrade your question to a chart question. Thank you. Vicky, 60 degree, step 16, Leo Sun. Oh, step 16. Step 16 Leo Sun is, guess what? You know what that is? That is you were born on. What is it? Tell me. Can you do what it is? Of course you do. It is, of course, now I'm going blank on it. Oh my God, I just went blank on it. Oh my God, it's so crazy. I'll think about it just a second. It is, what's it called? It's that damn holiday in Leo. What is it? Oh my God, I'm moving blank. But anyways, we'll talk about it in a second. I'll think about it. My mind doesn't want to talk about it. What is it called? Anyone can remember? Going blank. Isn't that funny how you go blank with some stuff? I'll think about it in a minute. They don't want me to, Spirit doesn't want me probably to pay attention. But here we get to it. Let's get to the question. Oh, now I will not let go, will I? It is Lionsgate. Thank you. Oh, you're born on Lionsgate. Thank you. Oh, sorry, that was tougher for you, probably for me than you. All right, step 2, Aquarius ascendant. Wow, emotional, very sensitive there. 22-degree Virgo moon, very sensitive. Ooh, you're sensitive. Ooh. All right, where have I mistaken independence for emotional distance? Ah, wow. What did I say to you? You're sensitive. You know what? It's neither independence or emotional distance. It's poor boundaries. You have a poor boundary structure. Okay. It's not that it's the emotional independence that you're calling about is simply that there's a lot. Here's to put it this way. You have a house on the prairie and you built no fences to keep out the wild animals. And you're going, I need some independence from these damn animals. Yes, it's called a fence. It's called a boundary. You're not using boundaries. So your independence is simply based on you do need some freedom, but that comes from putting up a boundary. Now, what happens is emotional distance happens because what you're doing currently, all right, with that Aquarius rising is you are ghosting everyone. You're just disappearing. What? Like Casper the Friendly Ghost, you just disappear. And so that's when you're saying emotional distance because you go somewhere else, like somewhere else, another planet. You don't have to go on another planet. You can actually put up a boundary and just say, I protect the feelings of the animals from hitting me. I protect the vibration of others from hitting me. I protect my heart from all the crazy vibration around me. I protect my heart from that. I protect my feelings from that. And so it is. If you say, I protect my feelings from all these things every morning, you will not feel a thing. And you'll not be distant. You'll be right there. It'd be like you have this like tiny glass wall where you like don't feel any vibration, but you can see through it. You see what's going on with all your peeps. You're not even being worried about it. You have to disappear. You're also a little bit afraid of intimacy. I gotta tell you, I can feel it. So you're afraid of losing control by giving in to someone, of course. But that fear of losing control is really because you're not in control. You don't have boundaries, so you're not in control of your feelings. And so therefore, you're at the mercy of the wild animals, right? And so where you've mistaken is you have not learned to draw a distinction. So how do you do this? Every morning, go into a sacred space we call the vault at Sirius Joy. The vault is kind of like an altar, except you're only going to worship you, not God. You're going to worship you in this vault. And in this vault, we want to every day affirm that how you feel. So how do I feel today? And you go, I feel kind of mad about this. Okay, put that feeling over here. And I feel kind of bad about that. Okay, put that feeling over here. And I feel pissed off about this. Okay, put that feeling over there. And so what you do is you basically have to separate all of your feelings into different little goblets. I use goblets. And from those feelings and those goblets, you basically say to your feelings, okay, each one of these feelings, I would like them to feel better. And so you put another empty goblet over here and you go, this feeling, I would like you to, I know you feel bad about Bob, but by the end of the day, I'd like us to feel good about Bob. And for the feelings about Mom being resentful, I'd like them to start resentful, but at the end of the day, feeling at peace. And these feelings over here by Joan, she's calling me a liar. Fuck Joan. I want to take those feelings about Joan and I want them to feel safe over here. And so you say, and so it is because I said so. I thought so. And basically that commandment is you just let it go. Your feelings will transmute over through the day on their own. Seriously. Try it. Okay. You're missing those distinctions. The reason why you are backing away and ghosting from people is because when you get one feeling from one person, it hits your emotions like a billiards table. And that ball hits that ball, hits that ball, hits that ball, and like all your feelings just go all over the map. And you're just like, what the hell? And you overwhelm. That 22-degree Virgo moon is overwhelm. That is, you overwhelm, you cook. Okay. And you're meant to be a transformer. You're meant to transform, transmute. You're meant to alchemize. But you cannot, Vicky, actually get in touch with alchemization or anything until you make these distinctions every day and you put up protection every day. Say, these feelings I protect from, getting wound up and caught up in this. I protect these feelings from getting wound and caught up in that. There's only one thing you may not do. And the one thing you may not do is say the word not. You may not say not. There can be not a not in your commandments. Okay. You must always be positive and affirmative. So I am protected from this, not, I will not feel that. Because when you say a not, you're saying a positive thing that is going to be not. It's like it's a paradox. You just start spinning in circles. Spinning in circles and spinning in circles is what happens. So let me see. I'm going to tell you right now one more thing about this. Let me see how we are in time with this. We're up and ready. Okay. Okay, we're going to revisit Natasha another day, by the way, guys. That 22-degree moon, by the way, you're going to be, you're an alchemizer. So you have the capacity to turn, for instance, you could go right now to Minnesota and you could turn a lot of that pain into healing. You could single-handedly transmute those pains, those people in there in Minnesota, transmute them into feeling better. You have the capacity. You're like you're an emotional alchemist. Yeah. But unrealized because right now You're stuck in your own feelings and you haven't defined your feelings. So you don't have a really good resolution of your feelings. So don't try that yet right now. Don't try to alchemize anything because you're not yet ready. But thank you, Vicky. It's a brilliant question. It was good to answer that. People learn from that. Thank you. Okay, so we said question 1, unfortunately, we'll have to bring back because we need to have your chart to answer that question. By the way, we'll get better at identifying those and kicking them back before. But some questions that people ask, you need the whole chart. And, when you ask something like, my whole life, whatever, if you say something like my whole life, well, I need the whole chart kind of thing. All right. Joanna, step 24, Virgo sun. Woo, at least, guys, what have I said about 24 is just all over the map, right? Just all over the map. That is a master of relationships with a focus on becoming. And that is a 17-degree Leo rising. Oh, I love you already. I've got a 9 degrees. So I think we're like, we're just 8 degrees apart there. And so you are a loving rising, you're a loving ascendant. And then step 29 Libra moon. Whoa, step 29 Libra moon. Do you know what step 29 Libra moon means? You've had emotional relationships with every kind of person there is on earth. You've had emotional relationships with every kind of person there is on earth. Every kind of person. You've been like married to every kind of person. Every kind. You could like technically, connect to anybody, talk to anybody. It doesn't faze you. But your own feelings are always kind of scattered and worried. We'll talk about that in a reading maybe. What are the next steps I should take in bringing my work to the world? Ooh. Now, because you're rising, I can answer that. Wow. I have a little rather rising, so you're just a little bit behind me. Well, you're about to actually the irony is you are about to take your work to the world. The problem is that you don't know who you belong being in the world. So you're not quite sure like who you are. Put it this way. You're not sure who to be to yourself when you're in the world. So I want to be in the world over here is like, let's say a news anchor. Okay. But you don't know how to be to yourself if you're going to be that news anchor. You don't know who to be to yourself, the friend to be to yourself, to be what you want to be. So your first thing is to think about, what do I need to be to myself in order to be that person in the world? That's the first stage. When you get that down, which will take about 2 years, okay, then you'll really start to see things flying. However, let's see what else is going on. I know that, wow, you are beating your deep karma trend because, Saturn is like, yeah, Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries, it means you're now going to start to take, responsibility for your knowledge and your wisdom. I don't know if you want to write a book, but this is the time to think about that. It's the time to do documentaries. It's time to document like what you know. So it's like you said, bringing your work to the world. Have you made it into a textbook yet? Have you made it into a book? Have you bounded it? Have you made it sacred by putting it from, book to bookcase, book bound to book bound? Because unless you do that, it's not really ready, right? You also don't know who you need to be to yourself in the world. And so therefore, you're not quite sure where to stand in the world, not quite sure where to market yourself. So believe it or not, because you're like so in the world, like your 24 Virgo moon, your 24 Virgo sun, like wants to help the whole world. And your 29 Libra moon has already slept with the whole world, like married them. But you know what you end up having to do when you did that? You sacrificed your relationship to yourself. So you're not 100% sure of what you need from yourself, especially emotionally, to pull this off. And that Leo rising. And so where's that puts Virgo? Yeah, probably House of Money is where you're going to manifest a lot of stuff. So basically, yeah, I think you are still building some of a foundation for how to ground all that. And so we're going to Sagittarius, then we're going to Capricorn. Yeah, we're going to Aquarius. So with that Aquarius, yeah, you haven't really built a lifestyle to support it. So here's my advice. You need to build a lifestyle for where you want to be. So you want to be somebody? Okay, what kind of life is that? Do you go to the gym? Do you drink water? What do you do? Like, so you have to build a lifestyle for how to have that life. You got to figure out who to be next to yourself when you stand out there in the world. And you got to have your curriculum and all of your stuff, outlined. That's what you're waiting on. But don't worry, you're going to do this and you're going to make a lot of money. Okay. You're going to do very, very well. You have nothing to worry about. You're going to be a total success. Remember, when it comes to people who are teachers, we all think we've got to hit the job done or the thing published or whatever. But the truth is that the timing of your material is based on the students. It's when the students need to learn. It's when the students are ready to learn. So as much as the teachers are excited to tell everyone how it really works, no one shows up for class. It's not a rejection. It's just not time. Because everything has a purpose in the world. If you have that knowledge to give, there's a purpose. There's a reason. There's a reason. Okay. So I'd say those are the steps. I think we're good there, are we? Cool. Right. I'm wrapped and ready. Cool. All right. So we got this one here. Aha. Annie. Oh my God. Can we get another step 24, please? Oh my God. Guys, how many step 24s have we had? It's crazy, right? You know what this is? These are all relationship people. So all the relationship people, now what did I say at the beginning of the show? I said, there's going to be more breakups than you've ever seen in your life, right? Because people are leaving relationships. And all of the step 24s, all the relationship people are all giving questions right now, asking what they should do. The ones who are professionals in relationships. Step 24 is a professional in a relationship. They're a professional. They're a pro. They're the best you can have. And we had nothing but the best coming up. All the pro relationships are like, I'm leaving. The last few days. It's crazy, right? Love it. Step 24, Cancer Sun. Okay. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. 1 second. One person here, it's like, it's live TV. I don't care. We'll have to do this. People bug me. Are you there? I hate when people out when you're chatting with people. It's like, dude, the phone ring. All right. So any Sun, 24 Cancer. Okay. Okay. So you are, feel where you belong. You're a nurturer, great partner, great, partnership, great wife or husband. Moon at 3 degrees Pisces. Now that is a little concerning because emotionally you believe in yourself, but I wonder how much emotional awareness you have past that. Rising step 8 Capricorn. So your ego is at a step 8. So honestly, your emotions and your ego are quite young and your heart is quite old. Hear that? Your heart's very old, but your ego and your emotions are young. They're young. I feel stuck at work. Would it serve me to take a test to gain a certification or return to school? Sadly, my employer doesn't count my 38 years of experience to go up a step. Thank you. Love your classes, Sensei. Oh, I love you too, honey. Well, we're gonna go into spirit for this one. Okay, so, and I want you to take this the right way, Annie. Okay, take this the right way. But you kind of wife people at work. Okay, you kind of wife people. When I say that, it's like you become what they need. You're a professional wife. No offense, you're a professional partner. It could be a male and be a professional partner too. You're a professional partner. You're good at relationships. So anytime you have a relationship, so you're the bosses, the people you've ended up around, are all kind of people you've always ended up married to too. Like these are people who you tend to fall into marriages with, or at least the old you used to, which is the ones that don't appreciate you, who don't can give you any credit. And you're like, you just sit down with a woman, I'll take care of the bills. Like that's kind of the attitude. You're getting some kind of sexist stuff from them. And it's because it's really because you haven't claimed your power from them. Okay. You've not claimed your power. Your moon is at 3 degrees Pisces. Do you feel that you're full of shit? Do you feel you're right? Do you feel you're full of shit? Do you feel you're right? Which do you feel? Do you feel you believe in yourself? Or do you feel you not believe in yourself? That's going to be the question. Do you feel you believe or not? Okay. Answer that question. Then let's go to your rising sign, step 8. Are you to decide that you're the one to do this? Are you decide that you're the one to make the change? Or you decide you're going to wait for your boss to tell you that you're good? Because really what you're doing here is you're saying, how come my boss won't let me go up a step? Who needs your boss? Go up a step at another college. Go up a step at another job. Why do you have to stay in that job? Why do you climb that ladder? Obviously, they don't respect you. Obviously, they don't know who you're worth. So why are you climbing up? Why are you even bothering? Do you have any companies who are dying for a person like you? Dying? The kind of intelligence in their organization? Don't give it away to idiots. If they can't appreciate it, they don't deserve it. Maybe they'll be change your heart this full moon. Maybe you don't belong there. This full moon for you is going to be, let's see, it's rising as 8 Capricorn. So, it's actually in the 8th house of full moon. So you're going to really be thinking about breaking up. I think you should think about breaking up with this job. Now, if you're like, I want the retirement, I want this, guys, it's a real mess up. When it comes to retirement stuff, first of all, they can all follow you with 401k and stuff. That's standard. Sometimes companies have extra bonuses for staying with them. God will find you a way around it. Honestly, I feel like you need to leave. I don't think they're going to respect you here. Because you didn't respect yourself when you got the job. Like you were not in a place where you did. So the whole architecture of the relationship is based on disrespect, unfortunately. And the person who's like the particular boss that you're talking about here, I feel this person has an issue with their partner and they're projecting their partner's issues onto you. See how mature this place is? Coming to work and projecting their own home family stuff onto their coworkers. Now that's just crazy, right? Happens all the time, actually. Let me just feel into this. Oh, don't forget to be compassionate to yourself. You're not compassionate enough to yourself. So it's hard. It's okay. It's hard. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. You're a nice person, so I'll be okay. So don't worry about it. Okay. All right. That's all we have for Annie. All right. Is that it? Oh, I'm waiting for another ticker to come out. Well, where are we? We are, I think, about ready to wrap up here. I want to talk about, let's see, next, Raw of Earth. Okay. We're going to do a Raw of Earth clip next. I had a great opportunity to speak to Raw of Earth. Do you know Raw of Earth? He's one of my best buddies I've had. He was on the show Saturday night. He was our Astro Mingle guest. Ra is an incredibly raw and honest man. He's like a gentle man. And he's got hair. He looks like he comes out of a tribe. So brilliant, this man. And we're going to find a way to work together. We used to do Astro Mondays with Gary on Mondays. And the Human Garage decided to discontinue their TV as they knew it. They were doing different kinds of TV now. So they got off the social media platforms. And they got off the social media platforms because social media has been screwing them over. I talked to Gary. He's like, yes, we're all getting screwed over by social media. They're all screwing us. But he's doing something else. And so, so me and Raf had to find another job. So the first thing we did is I brought him to Astro Bingo. Take a look at this clip.
We are encompassed in the physical body. We're encompassed in the mental and emotional and even our action states. And then also like our physical body and the health and the vibrancy of our physical body. And they're all connected. And we hear things like body, mind, spirit. And there's a lot of people teaching stuff about spirit, a lot of people teaching stuff about body, a lot of people teaching stuff about mind. I feel like I've been educated and have a lot of experience in all three of those things. And so I do bring them together in practices that we use meditation, we use psychological reprogramming, mostly in the form of asking ourselves questions to really excavate down into our psyche. And then once we do that, as I was explaining earlier, we find out where we are, like what's the transition that we're at. And then we use activity, we use movement, we use breath, we use chanting to embed the new program into our body. And that's sort of how I've evolved my practices, coming from, I have a degree in psychology and exercise science. I moved to California like you did, and just started a whole new life and created gyms. I owned gyms for a decade, including a yoga studio, ballet bar studio, and I had 2 pretty big CrossFit gyms, and I was one of the top few hundred CrossFitters in the world for 6 years. And that's a sport of fitness. And I was using all this other stuff like mind, spirit in a physical playing ground. And I can kind of see how it's all connected. And as I was saying earlier, make it digestible for people to understand. And then I developed practices that we use to encode ourselves with the direction that we would like to go as humans.
Step Astrology is the key to unlocking your past, your purpose, and your heart. Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
Hey friends, look at this. Oh my gosh, check this out, man. This animation is just part of the cinematic awesomeness you get at SiriusJoy.com right now. We are animating these awesome openings to all of our pep talks every morning. And this is a blast. It's all being done in AI, so we can do it like a flash of a second. When you watch Sirius Joy, in the mornings, you listen to it. We give you these awesome little cartoon animation things that help you. We also give you a chart of the day. It's a full pep talk of the day. There's music of the day. There's an artist of the day. It's all so affordable, by the way, and you might as well gobble up now, because if you sign up now, you kind of get grandfathered into a certain price, because we're going to raise our prices real soon, like big time. We've never raised our prices in 10 years. You know that? We've been 1995 for 10 years. We never raised our prices. We raised our content. We had a staff. Our staff quadrupled, more than quadrupled, but we kept the price the same. And you say, well, that must be because they're a huge growing audience. No, we have some dieharders who love us, and people have just, I think the people who found Sirius Joy so far were the leaders, the ones who really saw it, really got it. But now, Sirius Joy is here for everyone. And we have built in some other things. We have some great features coming out, including the smart soul horoscopes coming out here soon. And these wonderful pep talks. This is awesome animation here. It's just like crazy. It's just so cool. I'm so proud of our work. I'm so proud of our team, by the way. I'm so proud of everyone at Sirius Joy. Thank you. And our volunteers, I want to say thank you. Joyce, I want to say thank you to our volunteer coordinator. There's just not enough people I can say thank you to, but thank you, everyone. We love you. We're so grateful for you. Sirius Joy is here because of the people who care about it, And it's funny, people have a weird way of caring sometimes. We definitely have our share of Karens who have not. And I have to say that, not to be a jerk, but just to be like, hey, man, it's not cool to hurt me. It's not cool. It's not cool to hurt our staff. It's not cool to tell us. We try our best. But we're here for you, and we'll be here for the whole world, frankly. We have an assignment, and our soul assignment is to bring joy to the world. And gosh golly, we're going to bring it. But if you'd like to have some personal counseling, come on down to Sirius Joy. Now, here's another thing. You can go to SiriusJoy.academy, and you can buy a gift certificate. We call it a scholarship. You can buy a scholarship for 6, 9, or 12 months to somebody. So you can buy your daughter 6, 9, 12 months of Sirius Joy. That means text messages going straight to her phone 7 times a day, reminding her that she's amazing, she's beautiful, she's got this. Right when she needs to hear it, You won't have that sense. You're not an astrologer. We will do it for you. We'll be there for you. It's a great way to have parents. I have so many parents that buy this for their children. And they're just like, oh my God, my kids are talking to me about these things. And now they're awake because it's like a good way of getting into kids. Like they're just reading, they're obsessed with their phone. So they read it. Okay. It's like, it's great. It's a great gift. Makes a great gift if you're a godmother or godfather. If you're auntie and give stuff away. Oh my gosh, I just felt a huge pain in my heart just now. Yeah, I want to say sacred blessings and farewell to my aunt Rhonda. My Aunt Rhonda passed away in the last 24 hours. She was an Aquarius, step 24 Aquarius, Master Aquarius. Yeah, she's interesting. She had a hard time. In the end of her life because she just did not have enough fun, she realized. And so she went on, she had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Did a lot of things that you only do in the 60s. And she ended up getting sick from it and having a hard time. But you know what? I think she died. She crossed over pretty happy with what she'd given herself in the last mile. It's never too late, really. But blessings to my Aunt Rhonda. We love you. I loved her. I wish I could be closer to her. She was definitely a old school Aquarius. Kind of kept you at a distance. Super pretty, beautiful woman. Beautiful, like I don't say that. I shouldn't say that. My other aunties will kill me. But she's a pretty auntie. She's my pretty auntie. My mom has 5 sisters, so it's like all aunties. Talking about us like, oh, Chris, how cute you are. Da-da. And I actually would sit at the table with all my aunties and listen to them talk about men because they're all divorced, all of them got divorced, and they'll all be bitching about men stuff, and I'd just be sitting there learning, observing. My brothers would be out, all my cousins and brothers would be out in the living room and stuff playing toys. Not me. I was listening to my aunties. I was like, what's going on here? I want to know about this stuff. So it's good stuff. But God bless you, Aunt Rhonda. God bless you. May you reincarnate in peace. All right, friends. I think that's all we have for Sunday. Keep streaming. We've got solar horoscopes coming up in 4 minutes. Now, if you're watching right now on any of the platforms, you're going to have to stop this show and you have to go over to solar horoscopes, okay? It's not going to grab it and take you there. So solar horoscope is coming up right now. That means you get your horoscope, in-depth reporting of what's happening for next week. Please leave your comments because that's the only way you tell YouTube that we are valuable is those damn comments, okay? So please leave it. Even if it's just like, damn it, you could just even say the comment, damn it, YouTube, will you please give them some more credit? Would you please? And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Be careful tonight. That 13 full moon is kind of intense, okay? You might give it 24 hours before you say something. And I'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys. I love you. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy Nonlinear TV Network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram,